And welcome back, everybody. This is Shadow from Shadow Constructions, of course, as you see on the doobly doop. Well, welcome back, everybody. And I know I just said that, but cheers to everybody. I am looking over to do. So here's a couple things on my to-do. So to-do list numero uno is to actually go ahead and get a FrogLight farm up and running, so I can go ahead and get the rest of the decoration blocks I need for my entryway. Because this looks amazing. There's still some work that needs to be done on it, and I want to knock that out. So that is job number one, is so we can get that finished, to get the other doors built on the other side, and that up and running. Number two, and by the way, that's just FrogLight Farm. That's all. The rest of that's in the future. Number two is to come over here, and we are in desperate need. It is the last building, one of my first buildings that I built up, but now it is my last building that I'm going to actually be building an interior for. And we need to store stuff away. But yes, this building is finally going to get an interior, and it is going to look awesome. I have some good ideas bouncing around my old noggin here, but we're going to have to wait for those because I'm going to have to see if they'll actually work. Might need to have to download armor stands in order to make my idea work for this, but we will see in a moment. And the final thing that I need to do is probably some terraforming around here, but that's not terraforming right there. What I'm actually planning to do is continue along up in the sky, and we're going to continue my pathway. I'm going to actually make it more condensed, just like 1 or 2 blocks in width, but we're going to do the pathway that the mountain will be following in the future. So we're going to have to be building us all the way out and all the way around this outside edge, just so we can get a good idea of where I'm going to want this mountain and how many blocks am I going to need to build this thing up from my noggin. That is going to be a lot, and I'm going to give you this spoiler right now. It is a lot. But that's all besides the point. So we're going to come back into a landing right here, and I actually need to look up what biomes I need to breed frogs in to get all the FrogLight parts. So I'm going to go ahead and go knock that on out over there and see everybody in just a moment for frog gathering season. Let's go. Whee! Really need to be fireworks. Alright, so we're going to go frog hunting right now. Didn't really jump very far because I had to figure out how to make all the frogs. So I did go ahead and Google that up a little bit. So it turns out what you're eventually going to need is, I need to go get some frogs from the swamp and bring them back to here. Something I did not know is I am going to need slime blocks. Not slime blocks. I'm going to need slime balls, but I don't have any slime balls because I haven't made a slime farm yet. As always, everything seems to stack on top of each other. I'm not doing a slime farm just yet. I'm hoping maybe I have some slime balls that are left over from a past farm or a past build or anything. I really don't want to farm slimes again for a while to get enough slime balls. Where are you? Where are you? We have 4. That is not enough. Okay. So, yeah, well, luckily, going to go to the swamp anyway to farm out slimes. We do know of a swamp. In fact, from one of our earliest episodes, there is a swamp, a mangrove swamp just across the desert over here. So we are going to go to that one to farm up the frogs and the slimes, because we need some slimes. Alrighty then, so I am going to go ahead and start flying out there as soon as I store my current items that I don't know why I have. Actually, no, I do know why I have these. Just recently finished my last video. Let me see. And so I'm going to store all this so I have room. And I need some more food. So I'm going to go breed my cows really quick, get some steak, and then we are going to go grab some froggies. So I will do that in just a moment and see everybody back when I have some frogs that I am breeding up. And so as everyone, and here we are. So now I didn't actually, during all that little playthrough and everything, I didn't actually give the run through of where you would actually go to get the frogs to be able to do everything with. So, the way to breed the frogs is you actually have to use one in each section of a different biome. One is a cold biome, warm biome, and, well, a hot biome and a normal biome. So, you know, find a place that's snowing, find a desert, and or a taiga, or I think maybe a taiga, I'm not 100% sure, but then a plains or a basic swamp, and you should have all three of your types. So we are going to go ahead and begin our development of this entire, God, the net is scary. We're going to go ahead and begin our development of building this out right now. So this should give us a lot of FrogLights. Again, I could go ahead and do the separate builds, but I really don't need that many FrogLights, at least not at this time. So it's just going to be a little bit easier for me to just do all one build, have about 30 of the frogs, maybe 8 of each in the bottom section to make an equal amount of FrogLights, and then I'll just have extra frogs in case I ever need them in the future. Never a bad thing to have extra animals in this game. So I will go ahead and explain a little bit the way of my understanding how this works is you have an iron golem in the middle that's encased in glass so that the slimes are still attracted to it. They jump down, fall down into the powdered snow where they naturally take damage from the powdered snow. And then from the powdered snow, they shrink down into the mini ones where the frogs eat them and poop out the FrogLights. That's right, we're going to use frog poop for lighting. And then, so yeah, that's basically how the farm works. I'm going to go ahead and hit into super fast build mode right now to get this built out for us. It's a pretty nice farm. Pretty simple when everything comes down to it for farms. But here we go. Okay, everybody, and welcome back for the super fast build mode. And we have now completed our little build over here. So it's you can actually just go ahead and duplicate this up further in order to do to get all that get a little bit more farm. I was reading online. It seems like it doesn't, like, once you hit past 4, you kind of stop getting more feedback from the FrogLights. Like, you're putting a lot more extra for not as much return. And as you can see, there's already FrogLights coming in right now. But since this is an AFK area, I need to go ahead and build up my AFK platform. I forgot to turn my sound back on. There we go. That would make a lot more sense. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and build up that AFK platform all the way up at like 200, Y250 or Z250, whichever one it is. But we'll build it all the way up at that height, AFK for about an hour, see where we're at with the farm at that point. But there are a couple of things, and I even read this in the comments of the person that I was grabbing this farm from. Let me go and get his name right now. So it's Radical Elder. Yeah. So that's his name. That's the person who did the farm. A couple of quick things. One, don't drag the frogs in like I did. A very much easier way, as stated in the comments, and even as I was doing it, I kind of thought of it as well. You can actually put on leather boots and just drag the frogs in after you put the snow down, because they will just fall straight through to the bottom. Makes it a lot easier. Number two, I really hope that's not killing my frogs. I don't think it is. No, okay. Sounds like radiation in the nether. But anyway, number two is you do not want to do a checkerboard, because apparently checkerboard will like reduce this by like 50%. But those are two big things that I've read online. But other than that, this is a pretty simple farm. I wouldn't suggest doing glass as your material other than the top section, because you really don't need glass for this. I just wanted glass so I could get good views of it when I'm doing the super fast build mode, and it wasn't just a filled in complete area. So I'm going to go ahead and head on up to the top to AFK for a bit, and we will see what my rates are like when we get back. I'm hoping for some good rates. I mean, it's already pretty decent, and I'm standing right here, so it's only going to increase fivefold. So let's go ahead and get on up there. And welcome back, everybody. This is after we have now been AFKing here for just a little bit over, I would say about 3 to 4 hours. I would, decided to play some D&D in between the time while I was AFKing and some other games, and it has turned out fantastically. Look at all of this. Look at all the FrogLights. This is an insane amount of FrogLights, and we get some magma creams along with this as well. So, magma creams make the, if you do all the yeah, okay, so they make the magma block. So that's going to be useful in the future whenever we need some actual magma blocks. Instead of having to go farm them all up, we can just grab them from here. Well, probably not all the magma block we need, but there's a good chunk of them in there already. So that is some great news. This has some great rates in it. I am going to be using the purple FrogLights for my current build, and then I also think I need some stems. So we're actually going to go ahead and finish out for the last little bit of this day. We're going to try to finish out the actual pathway into the kingdom. I don't think it's going to be completely finished, but there are some reasons I do want to get it done now instead of waiting until I finish all the outdoor stuff like I had planned initially at the start of this. So I've joined into a little Minecraft server. It's called Pond. So I'm not abandoning this place. That's a big thing. This is my own single player world. So I'm probably going to end up, what I'm doing is I'm going to be making two separate distinct, words are so fun. I'm going to be making two distinct series. Oh, I couldn't think of the word series. So we're going to be making two distinct series. And one of them is, hopefully I'll be able to find people to do recordings with and do group builds and that stuff with. And that'll be one of the series in the pond. I feel like that is going to be a much more sporadic upload. But I'm also doing my own custom builds over in the pond, so that will also hopefully take over some of the weekly builds from here. But I'm going to get myself situated over there before I come back to this series, because I'm loving this place. I really, and I'm not going to lie, don't want to abandon it at all, but I really want to go play in this new server where it's been up and running for a while, and there are some crazy massive builds that look so good. So I want to go see those builds, get some more inspiration, see how I can better myself with building by looking at some other people's stuff. Oh wow, my voice. By looking at some other people's stuff. Ah yes, now I can talk like a man. But yeah, I'm gonna go look at some other people's stuff, get some inspiration, and come back to this place after also doing some builds over there. And then I'll be starting, once I get hopefully the rhythm running, I'll be doing almost like a trade out. Like I'll do a build here, and then I'll go back over there, do a build there, and have this trade out of every other week. Maybe once everything gets running smoothly, I've gotten some build up and steam running on the other one, we'll be able to switch back and forth between hopefully some more interactions and then just me being by myself with new knowledge and new information on how to build things. That's kind of where I'm hoping this will go. I'm going to go ahead and see how this will look in here, because what I'm kind of thinking, and I'm hoping this turns out looking good, is I want to run like a line of the lights up there with like trap doors in front of them, so that you have this lighting coming out from each side of this. But I feel like that may be too far away. It's going to be something I'm going to have to test out to see if it will work or not. So I'm going to go ahead and get knocking on that testing out of how these lights are going to work up in the rafters up there. Well, not up in the rafters, but like, let's see. If I had to give like an actual height on where this should be at, because I wanted to light the most of the floors. So I'm thinking like right here would be their location. So actually, you know what? Before I jump off and run some tests by myself, let's go and just, see how this will look while we're all together. This is one. There it is. All right. So let's go and. Nope. Come on. There we go. All right. And we're going to have some trap doors in the way of everything so that you kind of have this nice feeling of it being like almost like a lighting system. Okay, so yeah, I think that's going to turn out pretty well. I have to go get those trap doors, which is I need to go mine some of the warped blocks. So yeah, I'm thinking like some purple trap doors running across with the purple lighting behind it, and I still need to put those stairs in. But yeah, we're gonna go see how this looks, because I think the trapdoors will make it actually pop out a little bit more. And I still feel there needs to be something up here. Maybe like put some stairs or something in there to like give it a little bit more depth. But we'll see. We'll see how everything turns out, because I also still need to add in the ceiling lanterns as well. So there are a couple things I do need to add in before I can say this is complete. Okay, well, even after I finish building this out, it won't actually be complete, because there's still some other things we need to do, like bringing this mountain all the way in together to make it blend better, and then also completing the doors and the mountain on this side. So there's still a lot I need to actually complete this build, but I want to get this in like a good enough spot to where I won't come back and be like, what was I planning for this? I can look at these doors and look at the mountain and go, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. So, yeah, so that's what we're going to go ahead and do, is just get this, the lights put in, see how that will look all together, get some lights hanging off the chains up at the top, and yeah, so we'll reconvene in just a few minutes as I get all that set up, and see everybody here soon. And so there we go. We now have all of this completed, and it is looking fantastic. So I really was a bit worried about how the purple would come across as a contrast, but with the actual purple trap doors, the warp stem trap doors, this has come together super well. So I will still say I'm there still feels like there needs to be something added in, like right around there, because that is a lot of blank wall. But that I'm gonna probably bounce around some ideas and try to figure that out and implement that at a later time. Like, in the future when I eventually get to building the side of the door, I'll probably go back through and figure that out. But so yeah, I do really like how these look and how it looks like almost a lighting system with those trap doors implemented. And then I also really love the above like lanterns I did out of copper, because they have just enough of a different color tone that they are noticeable, but they don't like completely shatter what the tone of everything is. And the chains fit very nicely. It has a very interesting shape structure to it. I don't know why it's a shape structure. I'm acting like I'm all advanced and all that fun stuff. But no, this is turned out very well. I'm very happy with this entrance. I really, again, definitely going to continue working on this stuff a bit in the background, so that we will still have a video or two of this coming out as I'm getting everything set up in the pond. But as I was saying, the next video is going to be me getting stuff set up in the pond at my base level. You always start Minecraft over from scratch, from zero. So, I'm going to start all over. I have, so we are going to go ahead and jump on over and let us jump into the pond. Alright, so we have now successfully made it to the pond. Just had to dive through my world. That was all that it took right there. But welcome here. I have been out here working a little bit on the pond a little bit earlier. As you can see, ignore the death wall over there. I swear I've died one more time than that. But yes, we are now over in the pond, and it is nighttime, as you can see. And I'm just gonna give you a little sneak peek. Like, there's some one of the bigger builds over there, and if you look at the map, I really need to get us back over to the spawn town. That area looks so good. But what I'm actually gonna be doing here soon is I am actually gonna be heading about 6,000 blocks in another direction to go help with a Halloween town. I prefer myself to be set up a little more than this, but it's neither here nor there. I will definitely go ahead and be getting on over in that direction and see. If you do like this and you want to continue following me, just please like, comment, subscribe, and see y'all next time.